Hello, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to do make-ahead meatballs. This is a freezer-friendly recipe, and I will do this once or twice a year. It makes about 150 meatballs that are 1 inch in size. You bake them, and once they are cooled, you can package those. I usually do 15 to a package. You could do more if you have a large family to feed. And however many you think you need for a meal, put it into your freezer bags, and they're good for up to 3 months in the freezer. So I'm starting out with 4 pounds of hamburger. Now right now, if you can find meat on sale, and I know the sales are few and far between, but occasionally you can find hamburger on sale. Buy a bulk amount. And to the 4 pounds of hamburger, I'm going to add 4 eggs. And I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of finely chopped onion. I'm also going to add 2 cups of dry breadcrumbs. I happen to have panko in my cabinet, so that is what I'm using is panko, but it can be regular dry breadcrumbs, or you could do Italian if you want to make sure these are all going for an Italian meal. I will also add a tablespoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Then comes the fun part. As you all know by now, my hands are my favorite tool. So I'm just going to get into this bowl and mix all of this up. Now there are many different things that you can do with the meatballs. Of course, you can do your standard spaghetti and meatballs. You could do a Swedish meatballs with a cream sauce and serve over noodles. That's my oven, it's preheated. You could do sweet and sour meatballs where you just add some chunks of pineapple, a little bit of green pepper, maybe some Asian sauce, hoisin, soy, whatever, and do sweet and sour meatballs over rice. You could do meatball subs. We like those. And you could do those with a pizza sauce or pasta sauce. And then add your olives, cheese, what have you. Or you could do it with a barbecue sauce. If you do it with a barbecue sauce, you could also take the meatballs and take a toothpick, and you could put them as hors d'oeuvres. I could also take the meatballs, cut them in half, and put them like on top of a pizza. Do little pizzas. Or you could do the meatballs in a lasagna instead of doing just your loose hamburger. Use the meatballs. So right now that I have this all mixed up here, I am taking a teaspoon and I'm making around a 1 inch meatball. And I will continue to make these meatballs. These will bake at 400 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes. And after that, you just let them cool. And then we package them up. These will stay good in the freezer for up to 3 months. which is great. And I also share some of these with some friends because there are so many. I'm going to save a few out for tonight after they bake to fix spaghetti for my husband. I'm not going to be eating them tonight because I have given up red meat for Lent. So I will not be participating in the meatballs tonight. But as you can see, I just put them out on the cookie sheet. I have 2 cookie sheets lined with parchment paper, and the oven is set to 400 degrees. So I am going to go ahead and continue making the meatballs. I'll go ahead and bake them, and then I will be back after they have come out of the oven and are cooled a little bit, and I can show you what that all looks like. I'll be back soon. Hi, we're back now. The meatballs have all baked. I ended up not getting 150 because I made some of them a little bigger than normal. You can make these whatever size you want them. I ended up with 98 meatballs, which is still a lot of meatballs. These are the ones that I already have done that are on a paper towel draining. And then I have the pan that was recently taken out of the oven, letting them cool off a little bit. And I have my bags ready. I use sandwich bags to put the amount that I want to do because I only do 15. So I'll put 15 in here, and I can do 2 bags of 15 and then put them into a quart-size freezer bag that is labeled with the date. As I said before, these are so versatile and you can make many different recipes with these. It's so nice to have this ready in your freezer. All you have to do is pull them out. They're already pre-cooked, and add them to whatever dish you're making. If you have any other suggestions besides the ones that I gave you for the meatballs, please let me know because I'm always looking for something new. And as always, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.